Okay, so I switch off this.
Yeah. So it looks like we are actually live. It was a bit difficult and we are here.
Yeah. The Sonkos, the Sonic Sonkos.
And we actually are on the phone because we couldn't make it happen on the iMac, but it doesn't matter. So we are here
Okay,
in
so
any
maybe
case, and we are trying to find you now in case you are online or you had an invitation 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. So maybe I can answer here
Yeah.
in the chat.
So if you are here, please write something like where you're from, what brings you here, and all these good things. So yes, we are late and we are sorry for that. Bambi is here, which is important.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely. So Bambi, we're gonna run this in a kind of, can you see us now, most of all? Most important, can you see us, Bambi?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I am seeing myself.
All right,
so-
and we can see ourselves. So Dare2Care is here today, HeartSynced. And it's the first masterclass in this series. It comes from Beyond Horizons, and it's only the beginning. Our first topic today is
Dare to care for you. So the inside job.
so it takes a lot of courage actually to be self-aware and to live really in self-love. Unfortunately, we have learned to shame and blame self and others, of course. We have learned to shut our eyes. We have learned to run away, to be numb, to seek endlessly, to chase endlessly. But really, the inside job is about self-aware and self-care. So let's take that beyond measure and values, success and failure. So let's really go into a space to explore exciting, heart-synced stuff. And the heart-synced really was coming for a long time for us. We were very clear that we are on a journey of heart or super consciousness. The heart is said in many traditions that is actually the most important part. And really not only in the physical body, the heart is the center of everything. So once the heart is synced, we get access to all these beautiful things that we didn't even know that exist. So heart synced is here to help us to embody, but also, and this is even more exciting, to take the heart and all that it opens up and unlocks for us to play, to life, to voice, and to light. So here we are. Let's get started.
So, what is self-aware? Self-aware meaning like who am I? Are you aware about you? About your persona, your perceiving identity? Are you identified with something, with somebody, with kind of personality, with something that you grow and you believe that you need to behave or you need to conduct or you need to walk in your path like that identity? Your habits. What kind of habits are you? Are you your habits? Your domestication? Are you believe that you are that persona? Who you are? Who are you? Your conditions. What about your conditions? What about your mental slavery? Are you a slave for your mind or your external world? What about your body? Your feelings, your emotions? Who are you following? You are more than a body, than a physical body. You are much more than that. Who is aware? The great I am, your sacred heart. I am present, so important to live in that. So important to believe and to practice that I am present in this life, in this path, in your walk. Your supreme self. the boundless and the timeless. This is really the real inside job that we do, that we need to do, that we need to practice every day. The one that we are seeking and searching for. You are more than your physical experience. Are you aware of that? Are you noticing that you are much more than that? Are you observing yourself? Some tricky questions. Are you aware of what you know? So important, really. Are you aware of what you don't know? Are you aware that there are things that you don't know that you know? And also, are you aware that there are things that you don't know that you don't know? Tricky, but very important to observe inside yourself. Very important to start to knowing more about yourself, know about your persona, about that really, who am I? So let's take this to inner knowing. What resonates in your heart? So let us play a little music for you and try to go inside. Close your eyes and let the questions resonate in you.
All right, we have a little message here.
Yes, Bambi.
This is Bambi. We're checking before we're doing the sound.
Yeah.
You're on. That is beautiful.
She's lovely. She says
Okay,
lovely.
so now we're going into that sound of being self-aware, the one that truly observes, and the one that is truly you, and yet connector, creator to all that you are. So how deep can you go? Where can your self-inquiry take you? What can you discover? What is revealed to you? Where can self-love take you? Picture that scene. Comes from the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? The main actress is lying in a bathtub and writing I love you with a lipstick all over her body. It's more than just writing it all over her body. She has just seen pictures of Emoto's water crystals. If you're not familiar with Emoto, go and Google it. Emoto was that scientist that would put words like love, like gratitude, any kind of word, positive and negative, on water. And it's quite amazing. As a scientist, he would freeze it, but many, many times to really be sure the outcome, the picture is the same. So that actress in What the Bleep Do We Know, she got really inspired. And of course, can you imagine what happens inside of us? We are 80% water. So self-love starts really here. How are we treating ourselves? So if we are so much water, and we are much more than water, then what does love do to us? Of course, it can be gratitude. But again, it is much more than that. It's that inquiry from within. It's that putting words and energy and vibration to that whole that we are. The human experience, but also the great I am. So this is self-love. So now let's bring that into self-awareness, and let's bring self-love also to play, voice, life, and light. And Ceci is here to share with you.
According how he's talking about that emoto, about the water. So it's beautiful as you can go and search as you know about that. But you can see how with beautiful words that water change. Comes beautiful sacred geometry in that kind of particles of water. And the same happened with us. We are the biggest percent of our body is water. So on the way that we are talking beautiful with us, we take care of ourselves, we treat ourselves with love. Plenty of time we do it with other people or with the external world, but we don't do it with ourselves. In my case, for example, I put myself under a lot of pressure to do things perfect and according to instructions and expectations of really the external world, and also expectations about myself. I have a lot of pressure, so that's affect my physical body and my emotional body. I suffer headaches, and I realize that awareness allowed me to realize that when I put myself under too much pressure, too much stress, when that time pass, the headaches comes like a beautiful flower, but for 1, 2 until 6 days, and it's like I don't like to feel like that. I don't like to treat my body like that. So it's so important to be aware how you care about yourself, how much love put in yourself, in your body, in all your bodies. So most of my life really I act like that. I live, I did that in my life, in my job, in my family, but I put so much of me outside until I start to doing with myself. So is that really me? No, not really. So it's so important when I start to nurture myself with things that really I love and make me feel me, that who really I am. So the art, the painting, the craft, the music help me to be myself, to be aware that how I want to live, how I want to share from my heart. But of course, that love is starting myself.
Yeah, so you see, self-awareness and self-love is very much connected. As we become more self-aware, we actually enter the space of self-love. So how does self-aware work for me? Well, it worked for me all my life, but I become more and more aware of what it really does to me. And so self-awareness helped me to see that I always fit myself or pushed myself into a box that I didn't really belong to and surely didn't fit into. So I squeezed myself in a box because I wanted to appear that I'm in the box. And it was because I felt that box was safe. So that brought up quite a lot of things for me, and I realized this is not me. But many years of giving myself permission, many years of letting go, but it's not the time. It is the quality and the value of doing these things, and the self-awareness. And with the self-awareness comes a realization and a revelation that really allows us to be. So detaching, feeling okay with who I am. There's things I can't do, and that's not a weakness. It's just like that. There's plenty other things I can. And how it really showed itself to me not so long ago, maybe a month or 2 months ago, I woke up one morning and my thumb was really hurting. And I couldn't move it. And you see, I'm still struggling a bit moving it fully. And it gives a little clack. So of course you can go in the medical thing and you can figure out and you can Google it and you can ask a friend and all these things. And one thing was important because one friend said, whose thumb are you under? And that opened a whole Pandora box. Whose thumb am I really under? And of course, I traveled into past lives and released, and the thumb got better. Of course, please see my other thumb is far more flexible than this still, but it's better and much less painful. And when I came to the actual revelation, it was very interesting. I'm not really under anybody's thumb. I'm under my own thumb. So this is when self-awareness really takes you on a journey. The body is just expressing what you need to learn. And when that happens, self-healing is taking place. And when that happens, we truly set free. And this is then the real interesting part when we actually heart sync. It's all in the heart of who we truly are. And it's there that we find the blessings and the treasures. So what does that feel like to you? What is your experience of self-awareness? What is your experience of self-love? So please write it in. Imagine you put love on your body, your words, your creations, the feelings that are naturally flowing through and actually liberating you, the emotions that you're holding on to. Imagine you put love on it. Maybe they crack open like bombshells. Maybe they just disappear or transmute. As you become aware, things are just changing. And I almost took Ceci's part. Got too exciting.
Yeah, of course. Just when you are aware that about yourself, so the aware of self-love, just the love just start to keeping flowing. And I stop judging myself and just embrace who truly I am. And I stop, of course, observing my outside world, and I start observing my persona from my sacred heart. Because really what we are doing, the persona we adopt, is for the domestication that we are learning to act and live like that. And we are afraid to get out of the box, to break our paradigms. So don't be afraid of get out of the box. Get out of the boundaries that the matrix put us there. And just ask yourself who I am. Go to your heart.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but of course we're fully aware it's not. And in a relationship you have beautiful opportunities to look at each other and push the buttons in a loving way so that you can actually evolve together and see how this plays out together. But if you don't have a partner, you can also do that. You can look in the mirror.
And it's important, no? When you choose somebody to join the path and work together, you go through challenge. Everything is beautiful, like the first time, the first years are the honeymoon years, but it's not easy. Not everything is wonderful, but you can find a blessing in everything that you live together. So, like Patrick said, we push buttons each other, but it's part of we choose to be together. So when you choose somebody to be together and walk in the same path, you can be yourself, but you can walk beside. And some things you can enjoy in doing together, and some things just you can do it by yourself.
Yeah, and it's not like you continue on the same path that you have begun. Yes, we all change.
It's cyclic.
It's a cycle, it's a spiral. The whole idea is that you continue, and if you do that with yourself or with your community, of course, if you have a heart tribe or if you are in a community, it's the same thing. But really, self-awareness and self-love are key, because you're not staying where you were, you're expanding your horizons with your self-awareness, and you make the changes. You bring that new thing to play, to light, to life, and to voice. And this is really the key. So when I stopped punishing myself for not being whatever I thought I should be, or what Ceci thinks I should be, or whoever, I became free. I set free from all of that, and the man of the heart, truly heart-synced. Most people who know me don't believe I'm shy, but I am shy in different ways. And when I stopped being shy, I actually started to own who I truly am, including the persona, not only the spirit self, not only the shaman or the light being or the messenger or whatever. No, I started to truly own the wholeness of my being, my master self. And so shyness is no longer something that is in me. It doesn't mean I'm not an introvert. I prefer less people and I need time on my own, but I'm not shy anymore to shine my light. So, Bambi, how do you feel about that? I know this is kind of a new medium for all of us. Would you like to write something in the chat about how you experience self-love, how you experience self-awareness? What are the challenges you're facing? What's going on in your life currently? We are waiting for your answer to come through.
I can play in the meantime.
In the meantime, we can play while you are writing. So let's see, what did Bambi write here?
I have wept through this whole session, and I have saved it to share, as everyone needs to hear this powerful message. Thank you, Bambi. Save and pause. It's again and again.
Yeah, so we definitely had to do that with you. So what came to you? Did you have any revelations? You don't need to share it here, but maybe write it down and see how you can take it the next step, how you can embody, how you can heart sync. And heart sync, remember, means you bring it to play. I came across this idiom in English just a while ago. And because I was looking for something to practice, to apply, to, And so bringing something to play for me is more than practice, even more than praxis, even more than applying, even more that integrating. When you bring something to play, you actually have now the courage, you dare to care,
You're embodying.
to show what you embody.
Yeah.
And of course I added then to voice. So dare to voice it, speak it, give it voice. Sometimes it needs to go to the whole world. Sometimes it just needs to go to yourself in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Sometimes it needs to go to the people in your life or into your community. It doesn't matter. When you bring and play when you bring something to life, wow, now it gets really powerful.
So you can start with yourself and
Yeah.
just in front of a mirror.
Bring it to life. Don't let it be dead. Life is about life, and it's important that we're living it. And finally, bringing it to light. That's also very important. Bringing something to light. Let it be seen. So you see, the English language sometimes has a lot of treasures, and I'm very grateful that it has that. So I'm inviting you all, those who are watching now, which is Bambi, and those who are watching afterwards, bring it to play. Your self-awareness, your revelations that come out of that, your self-love. Heart sync it, so it really opens up your wholeness of your being, and let it play. Bring it to play. Bring it to voice. Let it be heard. Bring it to light. Let it be seen. And bring it to life so you can enjoy. I think we're coming to an end. Thank you so much for being here. Bambi, you know how much we love you. We don't need to say that, but we also love those who are joining here later on.
And feel free to just write to us in our channel, subscribe, or just be in contact with us.
We are here in Sonko's worlds, the worlds of the heart. Namaste. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And now we don't know how to finish. This is always the trick. We are finishing it. We're just learning how to do that. We're sharing it. Yes, we're going live and sharing it. Yes, we're doing... no.
Okay,
We need to finish. We are learning. We are learning this to cut, but we're not there yet. Okay. Save highlight. No. We just want to stop the live video.
Are you sure that you want to stop streaming?
Yes.